I'm gonna read a book called Stems and Roots. People like to eat this bright red root in their salads. What kind of root do you think is that? It's a vegetable. Let's see. It's a radish. A radish has a root that swells up to store food for the plant. The bottom of the root has many hairs that absorb water and minerals from the soil. So here at the bottom of this root, it has some hair. The root grows large. This kind of root is called taproot. This is a view of a trunk, but not the kind you pack with clothes. So this is a trunk of a tree cut, like in the story The Given Tree that we read the other day. So it has some rings around. If you can see here, these are the rings that go around and around. Let's see what the trunk belongs to. The trunk of a tree is its woody stem. Every year the tree grows a new ring of wood on its trunk. If a tree is cut, we can tell how old it is by counting its rings. Can you tell the age of this oak? Is it older than you? So this is an oak tree. You can see here. It's an oak tree. And this is the trunk. They cut the trunk and it looks like the previous page. Just like that with many rings. Let's count the rings to find out how old is this tree. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So it has 26 rings. So this tree is 26 years old. Of course, it's older than you. This is a thorn. It's pointy and it's dangerous. Try not to get too close to this thorny stem when you reach for its berries. This is called a thorn. Again, just like this. T-H-O-R-N, thorn. Let's look at it again. Roses have a lot of thorns too. Blackberry stems have delicious fruit. They also have straight, sharp thorns. Animals would like to eat the young green stems, but they don't like a mouthful of thorns. So they leave the plant alone. Now it can grow big and bear fruit. So the blackberry plant, in the stems, there are many thorns. These brown lumps are found on the roots of some plants. The plants have fruits called pods. Pea plants have little brown balls on their roots. They are called nodules. The nodules take nitrogen from the soil. The plants use the nitrogen to make their own food. You see, these are peas, and the peas go inside a pod. You see, it's like a little bug. That's a pod, just like the beans, the book of the beans that we read the other day, and the roots look like that. That's what the book is saying. You see that? That white thing? Let's see what it is. Inside the stem of this plant is a milky white sap. You see here? It looks like milk, right? It's called a sap. Milkweed sap looks like milk, but it is not milk. It is poisonous to people, so that means that it's dangerous for people. We cannot eat that. Milkweed is good for monarch butterflies, caterpillars. So these look like milk or milkweed. Sap is good for the caterpillars. Caterpillars, we're going to learn that next month. Okay? Now in 2 more months, we're going to learn about that. They are like little worms, but they become butterflies. The milky sap stays inside their bodies. If a bird eats a caterpillar, it gets sick. So birds do not like to eat them. So this is good for the caterpillars, but if a bird eats a caterpillar, then he's gonna get sick. If you think this plant is walking on stilts, you are being corny. Those are called stilts. You see? This one is to support the plant. Let's see what kind of plant looks like that. It's this plant. A corn plant. Like if you like popcorn, if you like corn on the cob, it comes from this plant. Has many prop roots. They look like little legs. Prop roots help raise the corn or support the corn against the wind. Sometimes when the weather is windy, you see this plant can go from side to side, and then these kinds of roots make the plant stay steady, so the corn stay in place. Sometimes prop roots grow above the ground. So I'm going to show you here a picture of prop roots, how they look in that plant. You see here, prop roots. They support the plant like that. Okay, just like that. Some plants make new plants from their stems. That's good for people who like the sweet red fruit of this. What fruit do you think comes from this plant? You see the stem is going on the ground. It's touching the ground. It's touching the soil. It's touching the floor, let's say like that. Strawberry plant. Not all stems grow straight like this. No. Strawberries send out long creeping stems called runners. New strawberry plants take root where the runners touch the ground. This is how strawberries can spread quickly. So you see, these stems go on the floor. Once they go on the floor, there's one that's gonna be called runner. On that runner, down the runner, there's gonna be more roots, and then the strawberries are gonna grow around that. So I have a picture about that too here. I look so you can understand. This is a strawberry plant, right? And then here you can see the roots. You see the normal roots. And then here you see this one. This is a runner. You see the runner? It's going all the way here. And here the runner, as you can see, there are leaves here in this runner, and there are little roots over there. Roots over there too. You see here? There are some roots over there too. And then from these roots also are gonna come some leaves and then the fruit. Make a little close up so you can understand. So that's the runner. Okay? So look at this. This is a challenge. So it says here, look closely. Do you know which plants have these stems and roots? So the first one is a root. What kind of vegetable was that? Remember? These rings belong to the trunk of what tree? Letter B. Think about. Letter C. We have a thorn. What plants have thorns in the stem? We have these pads here. Which plant has this? What about this liquid that's inside the stem? Looks like milk. Let's remember, letter E was that. And letter F, we have stilts. What plant has stilts? Roots like that. And what plant has this stem that touches the ground, and then from the ground grows more roots? That's letter G. So think about, and then I'm going to turn the page. Just gonna leave it like that. And you think about. You can stop the video now, and then I'm gonna give you the answers are here. This is easy. So the letter A was radish, B was oak, C was blackberry, D was pea, E was milkweed, F was corn, and G was strawberry. So that's the story for today.